This video is about building an electric guitar. This has Gibson Burstbucker pickups. Got them on eBay for 150 bucks or 60 bucks. BB1 and BB2 they're called. That's a Schaller roller bridge. Really nice for getting rid of any friction with the Bigsby. Bigsby B5 or B7, I'm not sure. It's the only Bigsby that is kind of that style. So it's easy to find. CTS potentiometers, 500K, regular 3-way Telecaster switch, and this is just kind of my favorite guitar outline or sort of platform. With this is a pickguard off eBay for 10 bucks or 15 bucks, and it's got 2 humbuckers cut in it with basically Telecaster controls. Just volume and tone. I've had a Gibson Les Paul. I have a normal American Stratocaster. I made a Telecaster. This is just kind of what I think is the simplest and easiest to use. With the the Les Paul, you got all the extra knobs and separate tone and volume control. I just find it too much. The body I just kind of traced out of a Stratocaster. Kind of rounded off this up here a little bit, and I kind of made it look relic a bit and sanded down some of the paint before I put clear coat on. I'm kind of trying to avoid nasty chemical VOC stuff, so when you do that, it makes it look less professional, but if you're okay with that, which I am, it works. This is just a water, the clear coat is a water-based varnish, and it was spray paint, and lots of times I just use a low VOC paintbrush, but it was black spray paint this time. The neck, after buying 3 or 4 necks and making 3 or 4 different guitars, this is my favorite. This neck is what is it? All parts TRO-C. So it's a Telecaster. That's the T. R is rosewood fretboard. O is unfinished. -C is modern C shape. So it comes unfinished, and then I finished it with TRO-Oil, and it puts a nice professional shine. I don't even think I sanded it or used like double O steel wool or anything. And this is the TRO-Oil. Get that on eBay. There's videos on YouTube how to use it. You basically put 3, 4, or 5 coats on over a couple days with your finger. I do that first before I do anything else. Then with some basic luthier tools that you can get from StewMac, and honestly, it really isn't that scary when you dig into doing your own neck setup and stuff. All these necks, all parts are Mighty Mite. All of them need a bit of work. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, even an American Stratocaster off the shelf needs a bit of work. They all need a bit of work to get them really nice. And so what I do is you take the neck off, set the neck down, and just this real simple little Stuart McDonald neck support thing, cork. Set the neck down. Once the neck's set down, off the guitar, I just check it for level. You check it for level, and you put a feeler gauge under there. You look for light spots, and basically use that straight edge to get it completely level. Once it's completely level, I take 32 or 320 grit emery cloth or shop roll and kind of wrap it around the straight edge here. So I just take a big loop of it and wrap it around. And once the neck's in there, again, it's on YouTube, you gently go back and forth, and you take a Sharpie pen, and you tape off the fretboard, as you'll see on YouTube with masking tape. You take your Sharpie pen, you make marks on each fret, and that way you can see which frets have been sanded and which haven't been. And once all the frets have had a bit of the felt pen removed, you know that all the frets have been touched by the machined straight edge, the perfectly machined straight edge. And if all the frets have been touched and sanded, you know it's level. Then, again, eBay basic recrowning file. And it's got the profile of a medium fret. And you just go along and you recrown. And that's on YouTube as well. You're marking the fret each time. You're using the crowning file. You recrown all the frets. I think I don't even really sand a whole lot. I maybe sand with, this is 320, I might sand with 600 or something a little bit by hand. I pretty much then just go to this stuff. And this works great. It's a car scratch remover. I put a bit of that on one of these buffer wheels. Goes on my die grinder, and it's incredible how deep the scratches this will take out, which saves a lot of time. There's a lot of YouTube stuff about guys, you know, sanding and hand sanding and doing all this sanding up and down the neck and taking credit cards and just steel wool, and I just can't be bothered. I just use this stuff with the Scratch Doctor, and it just works really well, and it just comes out with a nice shine. On a couple of my first guitars I ever did, maybe I was a bit lazy, there's the odd scratch, but I mean this one's got no scratches. That's the neck. String trees, string T, whatever. Have silver ones, they do look better, just haven't put them on. I like them on all four. D, G, B, and E string. I think this is the best tuner's bang for the buck is Goto. They're so nice, that the feel, the control. $30 on eBay. Now, last but not least, the body. The body is alder, and you can find it's two pieces glued together, and you can find this on eBay. I think it was $40. Just a Fender hardware. I think it was $40. Cut with a skill saw, traced out from a Stratocaster, and all this profiling. I made so many mistakes using belt sanders and stuff. The fastest thing is an angle grinder, like your regular old 6-inch angle grinder with a sanding disc on it, and it's so fast. And you can sand this out, sand that profile out, and then for all the routering, I find the best thing has been using a router bit with a guide bearing on it and making a template. So you cut a little template with your jigsaw in plywood, and once you have a template, then you use your router, and you can router out these holes in the body and the cavity for the controls and the neck pocket. You make a complete neck pocket routered outline, and you use just plywood and a jigsaw, and the plywood is thinner, it's more malleable. You can sand it and get your kind of template perfect, and then just put the template down over top, and you can either clamp it down or you can put a couple screws in. Once the template is screwed down, then you use your router and get a near perfect neck joint. Buttons off eBay, and the guitar sounds great. If I can set this up and hold it. Not gonna work. There we go. Sustains well. I find the alder is the perfect balance of lightness but not too soft, and that's probably why, you know, it's Fender's go-to material, and it sustains well. There you go.